Hello and welcome to another custom battle for Total War Warhammer 2. This is another video in my Let's Break series, and we're going to be playing as the Skaven because we've been bullying the Skaven a little in these videos, so this time we're going to be playing as a Skaven, and as you can see we've given ourselves a nice army of Warpfire throwers and Plague Claw catapults, and we're going to be facing off against the Lizardmen, who have a lot of skin cohorts, Saurus spears and Saurus warriors. So it's a fairly even battle. It actually says it's a little more in their favour, but I think once these Warpfire throwers get in the action, if we set them up right, I think we can win this. So let's jump in. Now, I am a little concerned about the damage to my frame rate these Warpfire throwers are going to do, but we'll see what happens. That's the whole point of this series, just to push the engine as much as we can. So let's get our catapults set up first. A nice big line of them. We'll put our Lord just in front, and he's on a his own little mount. A rat riding a giant rat. I really love this guy. There we go, he's got a little guy with a little telescope. Okay, now the question is, how are we going to set up these throwers? Do we just set up a massive line of them? Probably for the best. They have very limited range, so we're going to have to wait until they're right on top of us. So we might actually pull back to about here. Try and get as many shots off with our artillery as we can. Probably swing these guys around slightly. Just on the flanks. And there we go. Let's take a closer look at this unit before we begin. So this should be an interesting matchup. I mean, these guys are anti-infantry and they deal good damage. So I'm curious to see. It's given us about 50-50 chance of winning. So we've only got 677 units compared to their 3,000, but we do have a lot of artillery and these wonderful flamethrower infantry. Okay, let's begin. And we see them preparing their catapults. I thought they would have been in range by now, but let's check that. Oh no, they've still got, they're almost there. There's our range indicator. And up they come. So we should be firing right about now. There we go. Well, there's one shot. There's two. As we go entirely down the line. And that should do some pretty good damage. They got a bit of cover from these trees. You can see them trying to avoid the hits. But of course, as they get closer, they're going to hit those Warpfire throwers. And they'll be coming into range very soon. This might just kill our frame rate. We will find out. Okay, so they are coming into range there. So these guys should begin firing. And see them getting ready. And there we go. That's how damaging is this going to be. Oh, that is nasty. Those skinks just got torn up. The sheer amount of fire coming in. Frame rate wise we're holding up quite nicely, but look at that crossfire. But we can see here these units starting to break away. We really need to get these guys off of skirmish mode. We don't want them moving. And reform. This is where it gets tricky. Lizardmen aren't easy to break. Swing these guys around on the flank. Okay, this flank is doing well, so we're probably just going to push these guys up to try and hit them from the side. It's a bit of a problem here, but I think we're doing okay. So we're going toe to toe with our rats. So they actually breached our line. It's starting to cause a little bit of fear. But if we can get around behind them... Oh, that was a good shot there. You see them amongst their artillery. A few skinks have broken through. Our Lord is under attack. Probably have to put him back. If we could get into the back of this mob here, that would do. I think we've chased off those guys, which is good. Well, this is the problem with Lizardmen. You can see they've gone into rampage. And they are completely surrounding our commander. But you can see that fire starting to pour in now. They've got units approaching. This isn't looking good for us. Okay, our artillery line is nearly completely surrounded. Okay, but I think this is pretty much over with. Who have we got left? Okay, we got... Nope, they're gone. That is it. We are done. We were defeated. So, I was going to try and bully the Lizardmen there, but they weren't having any of it. They said, nope. We're not scared of your catapults or your flame units. So we'll have a quick look at the stats on our way out. Curious to see just how much damage they did. Now, we held a really good line at first. Maybe if I'd kept that skirmish mode off, it could have made a difference, but I don't think it would have changed too much. Okay, so damage wise, the catapults did a lot more damage than I expected. 208, 120, 110, so they're really good. The Warpfire throws actually were not as effective as they appeared. Okay, you see this unit got 58, 112, but for some of them 0, 9, 2, 12. That's surprising. I thought these guys would pack more of a punch. Probably would be better if they were used on flanks rather than on a forward line. Not really how they're meant to be used, but still that was pretty fun. Just to see all those streams of fire coming in. I did something similar in Warhammer 1 with the dwarves and their flamethrower unit, so it's nice to do a comparison. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be doing a few more of these, so I will see you then.